Welcome back. This is Fantastic Pains and How We Hide Them. I'm not Chris.
And I'm not Karina.
But we're here together.
As usual.
For more fun times.
And shenanigans.
We're also joined by our little brother, Bug. Yeah? You go by Ben?
Yeah.
What do you want to be?
Jeff, Joe, Joseph.
Anything
James?
but his name. Don't call him his name. Just
Yeah.
anything but.
Everyone knows him as Bug.
Yeah. If this is your very first time joining us, welcome to the show. This is usually our sibling duo podcast / YouTube channel. Right now it's a sibling trio podcast / YouTube channel about life with chronic and invisible conditions, both mental and emotional.
I'm mental and she's emotional.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what you are. You can be the and.
Yeah, I just exist in both.
He's Flux. He fills in the gaps.
Where can they find us?
You can find us on YouTube, where we're visible. You can watch the action, which is great. Or you can join us audibly through Audible and Spotify and Google Podcasts and Podbean and not Apple.
Not Apple.
Not Apple.
That's the lesson.
Everything but Apple.
They don't like us. We didn't like. It's because we said never Apple too
No,
many
there's
times, and
there's
they
a
heard
setting,
us.
and I know I fixed it. I
Oh.
just haven't applied. I keep forgetting. I dropped the ball.
We could be on Apple. Never mind.
We could be.
I take back everything I've said.
You can also join us for more fun on Discord
Yes.
or in the comment section, really. Just interact with us. But if you join the Discord,
You can also join our lives,
yeah.
which take place Saturday. I always go Saturday first. It's so weird. Friday evenings, Saturday mornings.
Mornings.
Help me.
Right. So we have our Friday one for the North American crowd for the
Yes.
evening. And then Saturday morning is for our UK Patreons.
Yeah.
Patrons, Patreons, friends.
But you can join either.
Yeah.
Because we like you. It's a good time.
It is.
So yeah, pop in, chat with us. Also, just join the Discord in general because it's full of wonderful, lovely people who we cannot get enough of saying lovely things about.
It's true.
So, with that, I believe that it is time for the weekly recap.
Check in.
He got it right. Woo!
I practiced.
He was scared yesterday.
I had practiced a lot.
Oh man, did you want to go first?
Yeah, I don't remember. I couldn't really remember yesterday when we tried to shoot.
I know.
What did I do this week? We
You
finished
had an
recording.
appointment.
Yeah, appointment was the first thing. I got to see Natalie.
Yep.
And went over our meds, and it went well. I suggested a change, and she was like, okay. We don't normally, but I know you're doing everything you're supposed to, so.
Yeah.
She was like on board. And she
And
was
you're
very sweet.
communicative, so
Yeah, no,
it's all good.
I was able to bring up just all sorts of stuff and be like, I'm pretty sure this is what's happening and why. And she's like, okay, but then we don't need to worry about that
yeah,
just yet.
right.
I didn't get to my ankles, though. I still need to get that looked at.
I know. And tooth,
Yeah, but we have referrals for that.
which is good. We're just waiting-
Finally.
waiting on the dentist.
Mm-hmm. And then we had just a week. I got to play with computers. That's really what it was.
Yeah.
So she asked me for parts. She's like, I have students that want to do things with computer parts. Do you have any? And I was like, maybe. Not realizing that I have plenty.
Yeah, I think I donated you a functioning computer at one point.
Yeah. And then it got turned into 3 functioning computers.
Who, yeah?
Most of them went up to Steph's because they have so many kids and so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I built stuff. But I was able to make one actually good computer out of it that I had to then tear apart so that it could be rebuilt by students who
Yes.
are learning.
Yeah.
It was... Honestly, I should be
Felt
charging
wrong
you for not
having to
letting me
take
build
it
it.
apart.
The non-built fee, because I want to build it so bad and make it really good. But it'll be fine. So I did that. I had to tear my computer apart.
Oh yeah.
I had to drain the water cooling twice and then go through and scrub the buildup. There was like the color fell out of the liquid and turned into like goo. So I had to scrub it out of all the little fins and everything.
Yeah.
It took forever.
Gross.
And then I thought it wasn't working. Like the computer wouldn't boot.
Yeah.
So I had to tear it apart again, rebuild it. And it worked.
Okay. Good. Whew.
Yeah.
Whew.
Jen and I spent 2 days on that. And then she organized all the parts. We threw out a bunch of stuff we don't need.
Yeah.
It was good. It's fun. I got to play with my computer. And now it
Sweet.
runs better.
Good. And cooler.
Yeah. And then what? We did the lives.
Yep.
Which were really good. Except for that one that I was in. Remember the lives that I attended where they like...
You know, all
Tanked.
of them.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry. I
Oh,
apologize.
God.
I apologize. We got to see people though. We got Faye. I was excited.
Yeah. I love when
We,
Faye
we need to
joins
reach
us.
out to Morgan
It's a
though.
good time. Yeah.
Badly.
Yeah.
It's been on my mind. And I think that was it, right? Like nothing
pretty much.
major happened. It was just kind of a blasé week.
Yes.
Fatigue was really bad. like really bad.
Yeah.
And the neuropathy, the stabbies.
The winter like flip happened
Mhm.
so abruptly and is like super painful.
Yeah.
I'm like, why?
Normally, I don't feel it this wrecked until like mid-January.
Right. This early and this quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because right now it's like all joints and neuropathies, and then I don't feel good because patch. But
I actually slept last night.
Yay, good job.
You know why?
Why?
Because Randy is my hero.
What?
Yeah. I can't get into specifics, but Randy's my hero. He helped me.
Okay.
You were there. You should remember.
I don't know.
You don't remember?
No.
He went out yesterday. We were recording. He's like, oh, I'm going to go to said place. And then he went to said place.
He went home.
No, during the recording, he went and bought
Oh,
stuff.
yeah. Okay. Got
Yeah.
it. Yes. Yeah,
Like, oh,
okay.
yes, there was
I
that.
was like, what? What happened yesterday? Okay, yeah.
He
got
came over and he tucked me in. That's really what it is.
it. Kissed him on his forehead and everything.
He did. It was so sweet. It was great. I slept like a baby. But I actually got sleep, which
Good.
is nice.
Good.
Never again.
Never.
It's not for
He's
me.
like, I liked it, but I don't like that I liked it.
Oh, it was so nice.
Feeling good today, huh?
No, I feel bad. But it has nothing to do with my lack of sleep.
It also snowed,
Yeah.
which is part of the problem today.
Yeah.
Brr.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about your week? How
My
was
week
yours?
was a lot of patch. And then finding out at the end of the week because I had therapy. Okay, so backing up, I had massage on Thursday, and my hands have been so bad. And he worked really hard on my hands, and they are starting to finally feel better.
Mhm.
But holy cow, that hurt a lot. And then they were just like tensing up and cramping. Like
Right.
my hands were just cramping, which has not been fun. But then, let's see, Friday I had therapy, and I was telling my therapist of all of the like lovely side effects that I've been having.
The ones that, from our perspective, because we've been keeping in touch about it, right? Like, so
Yeah.
I'm thinking you're going through it, and I'm going off of what I was told about patches, right? Where I was like, you'll adjust. Just give it time, and
Yeah.
you're having like a lighter version of the when I was having really bad reactions to it.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, so maybe you will, adjust. I don't know.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's not normal to have those at all,
Right.
and they won't just go away.
Yeah. No, my therapist was like, that sounds like withdrawal symptoms. And I was like, yes, but no.
It's not
I don't
withdrawal.
know.
It's
We
closer to
added
OD,
things, we're
but-
not-
It's basically OD. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then having none, and then having way too much, and then having none, and then having way too much, and then
Right. It feels like it's hitting you in waves, right? And you're noticing
Yes.
it,
Yeah.
which is weird
Just-
because it's dermal.
Ugh.
Like
Yeah.
it should be constant, but somehow it's like
Yeah.
it does come in waves.
I don't know why. Or like some waves are peaking and
Yeah.
other ones are not. It's terrible. But she was like, that shouldn't be happening, and most people adjust just fine, and they
See.
like flip over and they're good to go,
I'm
and
so
blah
mad
blah
about
blah.
that. My doc was
So-
like, "Keep doing it. Try more. Let's do
Yeah.
more and try more."
No, I'm on week 3 now, so
Yeah.
we'll find out what happens in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But
What
yeah.
for?
3,
Ugh.
21st.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on the 21st, we'll talk about it and decide what we want to do or what they recommend or blah, blah,
Mhm.
blah, blah. I'm just like, I don't want to go down the whole road.
Well, and that's what use me as an example.
Yes.
If you're having the same problems I was having with the same type of meds, then
Yeah.
it's okay to infer and be like, I'm not gonna do the stupid things.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's tried those, and he was in the hospital. I'm not doing that.
Yeah. No, thank you.
Don't feel like gambling.
No,
Well,
thank
and it's
you.
what they could offer is like every addict's dream.
Mm-hmm.
They'd be like, here, try fentanyl patches next.
Absolutely not.
And no, never.
No. For those who
Nope.
don't know, this is the Butrans patch.
Yeah.
So it is a transdermal opioid.
Opioid. Yeah.
I can't ever get the. I don't
It's
know.
synthetic.
So that's been a lot of it. Is just like feeling really sick
Mm-hmm. And then I've been
and
having
then being
sympathy
really
sick all
tired.
week.
Yeah,
And cranky.
so cranky. Like last night, I was not a nice person. I was so tired, but I couldn't sleep because that's what it does to me.
Mm-hmm.
Is like way too much Benadryl, but also you've had tons and tons and tons of caffeine, and your heart's gonna stop because it's that much caffeine.
Yep.
But also good night, but also absolutely not.
It's
So-
so unfair. Like I know exactly what you're going through,
Yeah.
and there's no fix for it other than to not be trying what you need to try.
Right. So we're going to get into more of that in this episode,
Yeah.
actually. But first, how was your week? Or how's life in general?
Yeah,
What's been
because
going
you've been on recently.
Yeah.
You can actually do like a catch up.
So, when was I on last? Before Thanksgiving? After Thanksgiving?
Before, yeah.
So Thanksgiving was pretty great.
Good.
I had been going to the gym pretty consistently at that point.
Nice.
So, building muscle, working on the stabilizers, whatnot.
Yeah.
But I realized that I'm not able to adjust my knee anymore because those muscles are now
Yeah,
doing
I had
their
that
job
problem
better.
with my neck too. Like once I was doing shoulder exercises, I
Mhm.
couldn't pop it anymore.
Yeah.
Yep. But it slid out, and I have been essentially unable to get it back in place since. So it's
Damn.
just been a pain in the ass.
In the knee.
Well, yeah.
He took an arrow to the knee.
I did.
Oh, his adventure days.
They're all done. That's okay. I got a cane for Christmas last year, and it's pretty badass.
Hey,
So no, I
nice.
just
I could
hobble
do
around the
with
house.
mobility aids.
good job.
So should I get you a walker this year?
Or just go full wheelchair. It'll be fine.
I was thinking that.
Yeah.
Well, I'll pitch in.
Motorized though. I want you to be able to run people over with it.
Mhm.
Be a
That's the
nuisance.
dream.
Oops, did I run you over? Did it hurt?
Oh no, I'm so sorry with your little toes.
Did your toesies
Not
get
your
mushed?
toes.
Ugh. And yeah, no, the transition from fall to winter has just been absolutely awful.
And
Like the
yeah,
blood pressure
sudden, man.
dropping to nothing every time I stand up,
Yes.
Mhm.
and the neuropathy's really bad, and just losing daylight and being like, "What the fuck time
Yeah.
is it?"
Right.
Like getting home at 3:00 and
And
being
it
like,
got
"Oh,
dark.
it's so late.
The sun
Sun's
is
going
setting.
down.
Woo.
It's time for bed." No, it's 3:00 in the afternoon, my guy.
Mhm.
Like, why do
Dude,
I have to do this in the
Jen
dark?
went out to do something like 3 days ago, and it was light when she went,
Yeah.
and then I woke up like after taking a nap, and it was like really dark, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh my god, she's super late." It'd only been an hour.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh my god."
Can we stop with the like jump forward, fall back nonsense?
We're not
wish.
farmers.
Not
Stop
anymore.
it.
Yeah.
Farmers
not
are
anymore.
farmers, but they have technology now, so
They have
Yeah.
light.
Mhm.
You know.
You'll never carry a calculator in your pocket every day of your life.
Oh my god. Yeah, you'll have to learn to do it on your own. You have to write in pen and in cursive because that's the only way anybody will.
Also, remember
take you
all of
seriously.
these dates off the top of your head for no reason.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Why? No reason. Sorry, we're a little bitter. School was dumb. School's still a little dumb, but you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, overall it's just been trying to adjust to winter and dealing with like going to the gym makes me feel better in the long run.
Yeah. The
But
balance,
then there's
Getting
the
there.
like
the
I
immediate.
then need to find new ways to adjust myself correctly so that I'm not injuring myself
Yeah.
or just living with it being in pain. So
Yeah. Well, and it's important to set yourself after you exercise so that you're not building it wrong because it's set
Yeah.
wrong.
Mhm.
You know. So like that's got to be fun. You know, exercise a bunch, get all stiff and tense, and then
Right.
Mhm.
set it the correct way.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. And Star's a big proponent of stretching immediately after working out. And I'm like, I just want to go home and sit on the couch. Like,
Yeah.
I'll stretch beforehand, but once we're done working out, I just want to go home and sit on the couch. Leave me alone.
No, I get that.
Yeah, no. No.
Ugh.
If I'm done, I'm done.
We just need to get you
That's
a
how it
rack
works.
Mm-hmm.
so that you can go home, turn the TV on, and stretch yourself out.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. Inversion table and then just ratchet straps at the bottom.
Oh, hell
Exactly.
Just easy. As people walk in, is
Are you
this a
getting
weird sex
taller?
thing? No, I
No,
just
no.
I hurt.
I had a workout.
This
It was
is-
arm day.
it was arm day. What do you do for leg day?
I'm trying to stretch all these muscles out. It's great.
Ugh. Yeah, but we went to the gym this morning and Star was super excited to do leg day. And then she got on like 3 machines and was just like, yeah, no, I totally just wrecked my knee.
Oh.
And so
Oh,
she
no.
called it early because her knee was hurting. And I was just like, but I finally feel better.
Right.
Aw.
Once you get in
I
the
want to
zone.
give it a go. Can't do it.
Did you have to leave?
Yeah, we just
Aw.
left.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah, so she ran the cart with 245s on it. So it's like almost 200 and something pounds.
Yeah.
So she was just lunging that across the field, and I was like, fuck that.
Yeah, absolutely not. Why?
And so she injured herself on that one, and then while we were doing calf curls, she
Mm.
was just like, no, I feel tendons and stuff moving. I'm not happy about it. So we
Yeah.
just left.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
And you found a job.
I did.
You don't have to be
Yeah.
specific of where it is because people will hunt you
Yeah,
down.
I work at Le Schwab because they don't require you to be.
Now they
bearded.
know.
There's a bunch of
Every
them. They're
Le Schwab.
everywhere. Could be Sydney,
Every one of them.
Australia.
Technically, we're in one right now.
Yeah. Secrets and lies. Secrets and lies.
Yeah. But yeah, you're employed now.
Mm-hmm.
That's got to feel good at least.
Yeah. So start Monday part time, and then if I do well, they'll bump
When
me
you
to
do well.
full time with a raise. Yeah.
They will.
Could you imagine you go in and like, oh, you work too hard. Your work ethic is a little too much for us.
You make the rest of us look bad. You're fired.
Yeah.
Yep. I believe that. Yeah. That is a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My big fear is showing up and then being so competent that they then just leave you there
Oh
forever.
God, yeah.
Yeah.
Or that they push you through real quick to be like in management, and then there's like no transition. You're just
Yeah.
expected to know everything.
Right.
Mhm. So
That
yeah,
happened to me a
again,
lot.
Yeah.
goal is go in and then 85% asset.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Do what you're hired for.
Mhm.
Don't go beyond until
There you
you
go.
want to move up.
Until you're ready.
Turn on the
for them to
overclocking
be
later.
ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, there's no need to kill myself
Yeah.
for $17 an hour. Fuck no.
Yeah, no.
That's good though. I'm glad you found something.
To have consistent pay again.
Right?
Yeah.
That's
Less
gonna help.
less stress that way.
It's been over a year since I've been able to be like, yeah, I have steady income.
The new beginnings,
Yeah.
Cheers to that.
right? Like Jen's gonna be starting her job soon.
Yeah, that'll be soon.
Mhm.
When's her appointment?
This week sometime,
Okay,
I think.
good. Hopefully they'll get her in quick
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
instead of waiting until after the break. But you guys still have a few weeks. I only have 2 weeks until break. So
Right.
whoop whoop. I'm excited.
So you have
I'm tired.
the week before the 23rd off, right?
Yeah.
The week before Christmas. So we'll have time to like set everything up and
Yep.
because we have the
And
Christmas
prep
stream.
and do all the like ahead of stuff.
Oh, we should do a quick announcement, like that we actually have a date
yes.
and time set for it.
Yes. So we are going to be doing a Christmas stream
Mhm.
with lots of games and fun activities on the 23rd,
Mhm.
probably starting around 10:30 Mountain Time.
Yeah, yeah. That way we can catch the evening of the 23rd for the UK crowd.
Yeah.
And then we'll stay on until the evening so everyone
Yeah.
in the US can join in too.
It'll be good.
We'll go as long as we can, really.
Yes. Join us. It'll be so much
Do you
fun.
wanna be
I'm
there?
so excited.
I'm down to be there.
If you don't work that day. So
Yeah.
It's a Saturday.
Yeah.
Before
Yeah.
Christmas. Who knows?
They'll
Part-time.
probably still be part time. So I'll just
Right?
be like,
There
hey,
you go.
man.
Be like, I'm leaving.
Yeah. We just want to do a bunch of stuff. We're going to have some games that we're coming up with.
Nice.
Like trivia regarding
Yes.
the
The
The channel.
podcast trivia. Oh.
We have so many
stupid.
quotes.
It's
We
gonna
want to do like a Cards Against Humanity thing where we use like our overused quotes.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yep.
It'd be fun.
And then she went to work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ah, perfect.
But yeah, that is happening. I know people asked.
Yeah.
That is official.
I'm excited. I'm really excited. It's going to be fun.
Mhm.
Okay, with that, are we ready for topic?
Yeah.
Sweet. What are we talking about today?
We are talking about pain management.
Yeah. So like
And
the
the journey.
journey of having your pain managed just in general. So not
Mhm.
just like pain management as a system, but as like the goal.
Right. Well, and as seen through our eyes, like
Yes.
we've each had very different experiences with it.
Right.
Like Bugs beginning like
Mhm.
to look into stuff, right?
Yeah.
But it would be through Kaiser. But you've done everything through Kaiser.
Yeah.
And I've had to do everything outside of Kaiser. So like putting the team together and
Yeah.
getting them to communicate, that kind of thing. So it'll be interesting to see
Yeah.
like how different it is for each of us.
Yes. So, quick rundown on why we need pain management.
Mm.
So, all three of us have hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, along with a slew of other fun comorbidities, which it's great. I love it.
Yeah. POTS
Yeah.
and I was gonna say we all have
Neuropathies.
we're not all neurofibril. I
No.
have
Right. We
I
have some
have
that are
terminus.
like specific to us. Like I have trigeminal neuralgia.
I might be picking that one up though. I'm
Yeah,
slowly
I know.
learning how to do it
I'm
by
like,
hanging
don't
out with
do
you.
that. You
I've been
don't
getting
want
some
it.
phantom
It's-
face snake action.
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
Stop
right?
Yeah.
Stop it. It's not enjoyable.
It's not.
Please don't
No.
do it.
I thought it was a COVID long haul symptom for a while,
No,
and I was
it's
just like, "Oh my
absolutely-
god, this piercing eye headache! What the
Yeah.
hell
Yes.
is this?"
Yeah.
Thought it was like caffeine reactions for a
No.
long time.
There was that that 4 or 5 weeks ago when I had the migraine.
Yeah.
Where I was seeing auras, and then suddenly I was down, and then after that I started feeling like face stuff on my right side.
Yep.
Just how she describes it.
Yeah, it's fun. I hate it.
So yeah, we have that going around. We also have like I've had tumors. I had a tumor pulled from my spinal column.
Yeah.
So that's fun. Makes my
I have one on the back of my neck that's coming in. That's gonna be fun to deal with.
Is it like is it above the muscle or is it like in?
It's like in the muscle.
Oh.
It's awful.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I think it's a boy thing because Jordan has it. I have it.
That's so interesting.
And if you're developing it, I'd have to ask Alex, but that would be weird if it was all the dudes.
Got anything like that. But
no.
Yeah. So the neurofibromatosis.
Yeah.
Number 2? 2. Yes.
Wish for no
but all of those things cause differing levels of pain and differing types of pain. And with Ehlers-Danlos, there's a lot of like muscular pain because the muscles have to do the job of everything in your body because your everything else is all stretched out. You also wind up with dislocations and damage over time from those dislocations, leading to the need for surgery, like the whole nine. It's a party and a half. But because we have these like differing issues, it's hard to treat.
Yeah. Yeah, and I guess we'll start at the beginning for me because I was doing it before we knew there was an issue.
Yeah.
Like we knew there was a health problem, but we had like guys like my shoulders hurt really bad and I can't lift things. And they're like, all right, that could be, you know, something or another.
Yeah.
We weren't thinking like actual illness.
Right.
So like it started for me with just trying to treat my shoulders so I could sleep.
Yeah.
Because
sleeping is the worst.
Yeah.
Gravity is really painful.
Collapses.
Well, it used to be that like I could only sleep if I took like 5 or 6 sleeping pills.
Oh my god.
With ibuprofen or Tylenol.
Jesus.
That was my only way I would get sleep.
You're also bipolar, so this sleep thing is not working on your side anyway.
That's what made it unfair is that I would have the manic staying awake, which isn't that bad because you don't feel exhausted.
Right.
You have energy and you don't know why.
Yeah.
And you're like, I should be sleeping, but I can't. But then when you try and sleep and then the pain keeps you awake, that's horrible.
Right.
Like I hate that more than, or it wakes you up.
Yeah.
Like, I'm finally asleep, and then
I've been waking up shoulders and elbows lately.
Yeah.
It's been bad.
Are you doing the curl?
Yep.
Yeah.
Because our shoulders almost touch in the middle because we are so hypermobile.
And you had a problem.
Painful.
You had a problem with the body braid.
I did.
You had a problem with the body braid.
Yeah, the body braid would pull me into positions and then like lock me in the wrong position.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it sounds like a good thing in theory, but like with how active I want to be when I wear it.
Well, I felt that it was super helpful when working out, but like doing other stuff, it just
Well, because when you're working out, you're focusing on your movements too.
Yes.
When you're not
the correctness of those movements,
then that's where I would get in trouble. I would sidestep something weird or spin and like twist something
because we don't move right,
and then it would hold it in place.
We're really, really good at compensating for doing the wrong stuff.
Yeah.
And so when we can't use those compensations, it gets really difficult.
Yeah, you go to roll an ankle and instead you just do like a skipping jump and then you just keep moving forward and you're just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what started it. Like, and then let's see, you started around the same time. We were both worrying about pain at the same time. Yeah. But it was more like we would do it through like urgent care or whatever. Like we'd have to hurt ourselves really bad.
There was a while.
Not on purpose, but like we would wait till we hit like a major point and then go in and be like, so I have this all the time kind of thing. And then now it's worse.
For me, the first like pain medications came with the sciatica.
Oh yeah.
Because I had such bad sciatica, I couldn't stand up. Like it was just, it was just awful. And so I would go to urgent care, and then they would medicate me and send me home. And
they would
I would
look
live
at it
off
too.
of that for a while. It was like 9 months at the time, where I would make like 30 Percocet last me 9 months just because.
I saw you do 12 once. You're like, I got 12. I was like, when was that? That was like 8 months ago.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay.
What the heck? Oh, it's a hair that's stuck in it.
Yeah.
I've been fighting with it the whole time. Sorry.
Delicious.
Well, and okay, so the way we approached it also made it really hard for doctors to help us because it looked like pain med seeking behaviors.
Yeah.
Because we were just looking to get things solved.
Right.
Like if we would go in, I would be like, I can't lift my shoulders up. They're like, well, that's a chronic problem. We don't help you.
Right. And you're like, okay, but
Yeah, something
I need
needs to
help
be done.
now.
And
Like,
I didn't have a primary care
now.
because we couldn't find a good one.
yeah.
It wasn't until Mom suggested Head to Toe
Mm-hmm.
that she found that I was like, oh, I'll go there and try that. And then they were like, there's a
Yeah.
real problem. You
Yeah.
need to get your images done.
Right. Well, and when was it that they were talking about Marfans for you?
It was around the
Because
same
that was
time.
right
Yeah.
in that same block.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, it was when Mom came over and was just like, "Yeah, I always had this feeling that you had Marfans, and just never said anything."
Right.
So weird.
But you were
So
saying
weird.
Diane or Marianne at the same time?
Diane.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
were both going to Head to Toe
Mhm.
at the time.
And then she diagnosed me with Marfans, which is
just a
similar but
clinical-
very different.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't look Marfansy is the other thing too. Like, cause there's the unsymmetricalness
Yeah.
of life. That
Well,
goes with
but
it, and then
when they were like doing a clinical diagnosis, they were just looking at the like long, thin, lean,
yeah,
and
exactly.
like lanky
Mhm.
aspects.
Yeah, looking like a basketball player, you have Marfans.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
just you hear a horse, you think, or you hear hooves, you think a horse.
Right,
Yeah.
but this is like the weird chronic illness
the
version of
zebra of
Yeah.
the horse. It
that.
was
We're the
weird.
unicorns of the zebras of the horses of the universe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's so weird. But yeah, that was all in that same block, right?
Because that's we were running with the same diagnosis for me
Yeah.
because it was the same problems, but it just didn't fit me as well.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm symmetrical, I'm lanky when I need to be. You know,
Yeah.
like it stretches. And when we did the actual workup, I still had everything way over.
Oh yeah,
was
like
normal,
I
but-
have an inch on my arm span and
Yeah.
all of that. But it at least put us on the road to finding like connective tissue disorders.
Right.
And then from there we were able to kind of sort through better.
Mm-hmm.
But it took a long time to get there. So for a while we were just like trying to relieve pain
Mhm.
for these separate issues that we thought were separate issues.
Right. Did
And-
you do anything with Marianne or Dan? I mean, for like pain? Like, did you do? have a
Nothing as
pension or
far as the
anything, or-
pain stuff would go. She gave me Adderall and was just like, "Let me know if that doesn't do everything for you."
Oh, okay, yeah,
So yeah, that was about as much as I got as far as like medications.
yeah,
My like long-term solutions only ever started when I started going to Kaiser.
right.
Yeah. Which
makes
was
sense.
pretty recently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was 2019. No, it's 2021.
Yeah. I was gonna
Mhm.
say it's not been very
Damn.
long at all.
Yeah.
Mhm. And I was lucky because I just followed you in.
Yeah.
I just was like, just give me your care team.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
just
kind
hand
of
it over.
laid out the groundwork for that because
Mhm.
I am also through Kaiser and I didn't get long-term help until until getting on Kaiser.
Yeah.
Because before that I had it was like the Denver metro area medical clinic or something.
Yep.
And she put me on gabapentin, which was like life changing.
Right.
So that was like one aspect that I could breathe on.
Mhm.
But then going to Kaiser, it was kind of a fight of like when I had to bring up pain meds, I had to just look at my doctor and be like, I don't know. Like, I know you don't want me to ask this. You don't want to hear it. You don't have to like explain it.
Mhm.
But I can make it last. I can make 30 pills last me 9 months.
Yeah.
And that's when he kind of turned around and was like, really? And I
Mhm.
was like, yes, I just need rescue medication. I need cyclobenzaprine and I need Percocet 5s. That's it. And I did that for like 4 years
Mhm. Yeah.
or something. Yeah. Until it got to a point where I was like, we need pain management because
Well, yeah,
this
because it
is
was
not
progressing,
enough.
and
Yeah.
you were getting more. I mean, you've been so much more active than you used to be.
Yes.
Like, especially at work, I feel
Yeah.
like, because
Oh, it's running all day.
Yeah.
Every day. And I was working with my personal trainer for a while in there.
Mhm.
And just active overall. Because that's how I like to be.
yeah, but you
when
got
it
to a
doesn't
point.
suck.
You got to the point where you're like, I need pain management, or I need something
Yes.
to do quality of life.
Because you were at pain management at the time. And I was like,
I was
that
at-
sounds like what I need.
When you started, this was pre-pandemic.
Yes.
I think I was probably at the not so good clinic, or was I at with my favorite clinic?
I think you were at your favorite clinic. Maybe not.
Not head
No,
to
you
toe.
were. You were at New Health.
New Health. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Because I was trying to get a referral to New Health.
that's right.
And they were like, we can send you to the integrated pain
Pain.
Yeah,
yeah,
integrated pain services
Yeah.
team. And that's how I got in with them. But that even took like, you had to take classes and you have to work with a pain psychologist.
Yep.
And you have to do like group therapy and all
So
of these
it's like
different things.
you got the same thing but packaged differently. Because when I
Yes.
went in, it was like, oh, we'll do your pain, but we also want you to look at these other
Yeah.
things. So I
Yeah.
did like group therapy, which was fun. We did all the like coping skills.
Yeah.
Lots of therapy.
Yeah.
I didn't really need it though, because I'd already worked through most of it. But
Exactly.
it was nice to be reaffirmed. Like, no, that was a weird thing that happened, and you felt away.
Yeah.
That's legit.
Yeah.
But the takeaway is it affecting you now? And I was like, oh,
Right.
right.
Because we did a lot of like pre-sorting.
Yeah.
Of
And
our
then they did
trauma.
PT and the ablations and stuff. Like the
Oh, that's right. The ablation.
I hate ablations.
They did not go well.
No, well, okay,
Not
they were
until
doing
the last
them wrong.
one.
Yeah, I did like 4 sets, and it wasn't until the last set that they was done where it didn't hurt.
Yeah.
Where they were like, okay, we're all done. I was like, wait, you did
Wait.
it? Why didn't it feel like you were stabbing me over and over again and then really hot? That's what it felt like before. I was like, yeah,
She was like, "You're not supposed to feel
that's
that."
not normal.
You have extra human sensory perception.
Yes.
For pain in my back, yeah.
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 So like, where are you at, Benj? Are you looking for like an integrated pain services kind of thing, or
I'm
is that still on the horizon?
Yeah, I'm just suffering at the moment. I'm
Well, okay. Ideally, what would you like to have?
Ideally, I want to get meds sorted in a way where I'm still functioning in my life,
Yeah.
because like the SSRI that I was on made me a zombie, and
Yeah.
it didn't do enough for me.
Mhm.
Where like I felt great, but then I wasn't feeling anything
Right.
at all.
Yeah.
So it was just like, I'm not feeling pain, but I also feel like I live inside of a box.
Right. So
Yeah.
it still counts as like a negative symptom. It's like
Right.
what Crane is going
Right.
through with the patch, where it's
It's
like
quality of life.
it provides you something, but it takes away a lot. So
Yes.
Yeah. So ideally, I need to get SSRI med that doesn't completely inhibit me. I
Mhm.
need to actually start taking the gabapentin that I have, because that's,
that should help a lot. It really does
I know.
make a difference.
Yesterday, this kid, I was like, "Are you?" He was like, "He's treating gabapentin like a rescue med, which it is
Yeah.
not."
No.
No, it's
And
not.
it was like, "I don't want to take it because then I won't have it anymore."
I'm like a pack rat with
So-
meds, okay? If I don't have 6 months worth of meds, then I don't.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
you're always thinking long term.
That's what I did for a long time
Mhm.
because I was doing 30 over 9 months.
Right, you
And
had to.
so my husband used to call me the heroin dragon because I would hoard them.
not like
and
okay.
suffer.
So this, I know it sounds like she said heroin, the drug. No, he meant like hero, female hero,
I'm a hero for
female hero dragon,
not taking medication.
not the drugs. The drug one, no. She meant
No.
heroin.
Heroin. Yeah. But that's what I
Hero
would do
dragon.
is I would be
Mhm.
like, I'll just suffer because maybe next time is worse.
Right,
And then I'll
yeah.
want them then.
You have to
and
sit there
then-
and judge. You're like,
yeah.
is this bad enough to be bad?
Right. You're like,
There
what's
could
a
be
10?
worse.
Yeah, continually
Exactly.
living my life where it's just like,
It could
should
be
I
worse.
really have a drink? Because what happens if I get home and then I'm in pain and then I'm too scared because I already drank? So can I actually take my rescue med? I'll just not do anything. I'll
Exactly.
just sit in my room and
Yeah.
do
Yeah,
nothing for the rest
Which
of
makes
my
sense for some meds, like when you have
Right.
meds that are doled out that way. But like
life. Mhm.
gabapentin is definitely one that once it's built up in your system makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
it's to raise your
huge.
baseline to a manageable level
Yeah.
and then build off of that.
Yeah,
Right.
and well, it'll make everything else more clear to you once you see what is neuropathic versus like dislocations or like strain on
Yes.
ligaments or whatnot.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It'll
and
be easier for you to be like,
inflammation.
oh, this is a actual like problem. It's not just my
Yeah.
neuropathy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're like working out and all of a sudden I'm just like, my knee really, really, really hurts, but
Yeah.
I haven't actually
Right.
done anything legs yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If I can get rid of that, then be like, oh yeah, I actually feel this workout now.
That's good though.
Well, and yeah, like you were saying, it helps you to pinpoint other problems
hmm
and then be able to decide what needs to be pursued at that point.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
like the dull throbbing or the dull sting that just continuously exists in my shoulder or in my hip just never really goes away.
No,
Yeah.
that's stuff that you probably need imaging for, because that's
Yeah.
what the shoulders were for us before we got surgery. Was the
Yeah.
there's always a dull throbbing sensation, and then it would get worse
Mm-hmm.
sometimes. Like
and then they
really
would just
bad.
fall out.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can feel where it's like catching on something. You're
Yep.
just like,
Yep.
I can't move.
Which is
my
something they can
arm."
fix because
Yeah.
they can get rid of bone spurs that have
Mhm.
developed. And
Yeah, I went in for imaging and then they x-rayed me and they were just like, yep, you're fine.
no
It's
soft
like-
tissue. How do they
you,
know?
You need to go through like sports medicine,
That's what I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
and then go to like an orthopedic surgeon.
Yeah, I
And
was gonna
they
say
will
find
do
a
I
the
went to
surgeon.
the orthopedic
surgery.
surgeon. I went straight to the orthopedic surgeon, and I was just like, I need
Which
soft
one?
imaging. And he was just like, okay, well, we will x-ray you first.
And
And so
then
then he x-rayed my knee and was just like, oh, yeah, no, you've just got this, like, severely underdeveloped muscle in your knee that's causing all of your pain. That kneecap sliding around and clicking thing and
He
the
didn't know
sounds
what
you make
EDS
going up the
was.
stairs.
he,
Yeah, it's all that muscle.
Wait,
He didn't know what EDS
wait.
was.
You went in and they told you. He told you that you're atrophying and that you should exercise.
This sounds
Yeah.
really, really familiar.
Yeah, what's that like? Fuck that. Oh
Yeah.
my, that makes me so mad.
Yeah.
hmm Yeah, you don't work out enough.
Yeah,
you just need to
look at
do
how
this.
out of shape you are.
Yeah. hmm The 6'2", 180 pounds, just,
No, and like the fact that you're constantly working,
Mhm.
you know, and,
Yeah.
like it's not just sit at home and type work. It's like you're
Yeah.
moving around.
Mhm. Putting up walls, lifting cars.
If it's underdeveloped, that should have been a sign to him that you move differently because there's pain,
Right.
which should have then been like soft tissue. Let's see what's going
Yeah.
on.
Because there's definitely like groups of muscles that I just can't train. Like there's
Exactly.
no mind muscle connection
Yeah.
because either A,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
holding me together,
Mm-hmm.
and if I engage or disengage them, I fall apart. Or B,
You can't find them.
I
Yeah.
just can't
Exactly.
find them
Because
to
they're like, I
activate
don't
them.
know. Yeah. Jackie used to sit and like tap to help me find it because
Yeah.
that's part of the like proprioception issues that we have
Mm-hmm.
because we don't know where our body is in space.
Mhm.
And we don't know which muscles are doing what because they're constantly switching automatically to help compensate for weaknesses.
Mhm.
Yeah, being at the
And
gym and
pain.
it's just like, yeah, this machine should work out like your bicep and then like into your chest, and then I'm doing stuff and I'm like, this is all back. This
Yeah,
is-
yeah. My favorite
This
is
is
when
wrong.
you
Yeah.
get to a machine that works something really obscure
Mhm.
and you've never really done it and you try
Yeah.
it and you're like, wow, that shouldn't be hard. That should be easy.
This is a basic movement.
Right. And you're like, ugh. Oh, God. I used to do that when I would work out at Bruce's hotel. Like he
Yeah.
had one really nice gym
Yeah.
and I was allowed to go and use it whenever I wanted.
Nice.
And I would destroy myself. But there was always one thing with my shoulders. It was one of the presses where if I did it properly,
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't do it. It was
Yeah.
like everything else would take over to
Uh-huh.
correct it.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I need to do it this way.
Right.
Ugh.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
it's
exactly.
like living in a sea of static, and I'm really hoping that if I start using gabapentin correctly,
Yeah.
all the static goes away, and I can actually hear the voices of like, "Hey, this is wrong."
It should. It really
That's
should.
actually a really good way to put it.
Yeah.
It's a sea of static.
Yeah. It's really hard to pick up what is a pain signal and what is just background nerve noise.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, it's like tuning in to like radio stations, right? Like you hear something faintly, like, is that a thing? No,
Is
No.
it words?
I can't tell. Is
It's
this...
the trucker down the street. Never mind.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That would be good though.
Yeah. So ideally, I want to get my gabapentin refilled and to a point where I feel comfortable
Yeah.
staying on it.
Yeah,
Because 500 is just too much.
that's crazy to me
Right.
Yeah.
because we do 300. Well, I do 300 3 times a day,
Yeah.
but we've done
I
up to
think
like
I'm on 300 now.
2400.
Well, I was on 300. Now I am on 100 for Lyrica.
Right. So
Yeah.
and you can do like 100 every every
Yeah.
3 times a day.
Mhm.
Is like a lower end one.
300 every.
But you can go lower though. Is what I'm saying. Like they
Yeah.
start you low. You could do 300 a day. Total.
I think it was because I was already on my SSRI, and the
Ah.
SSRI load was already kind of high. So he was just like, "You didn't really respond it at low levels, so we'll just start you at 5."
Yeah. Just
See,
make sure you
that's
say that when you
stupid.
go in and talk to them again. Be like,
No.
I'd like to start low and work up.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if you can be on like 3 times a day, it's going to be so much more helpful.
Yeah.
So much more helpful.
Mhm.
But you're right. Like finding the right dosage is so important and so hard. And a lot of people give up.
Well, and it's more complicated when you have like bad reactions to them,
Yes.
right? So like, 'cause you have that problem a lot too, right, Bug? Like,
Yeah, I get
these-
the
yeah.
weird, obscure. Nobody is ever supposed to have this
the
reaction.
happened to one guy one time and we noted it.
That's
That's
Yeah.
me.
That's me.
Well, and it's interesting because
Yeah.
you two are much more sensitive to medication
Yeah.
than I am. Like for me, normally medication is just like we put it in and the body goes, yeah, I'll get to it when I get to it. I don't know.
I'm telling you, it's the extended release stuff that's gonna mess you up.
Yeah.
It's that
Well, and
formula.
That's why this is such a pain in the butt. The patch is like, it's like being medicated after surgery, but all the time. All the time.
Yeah, fatigue
It's
city.
after surgery medicated constantly.
Yeah, but without the loopy.
Have
Yeah.
fun driving.
So you're acutely aware that you feel like crap and that you
I
don't have energy.
feel
and-
good. And I get car sick.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that sucks.
I told you,
What?
Before I would see the doctor on any of the long-term
Oh, yeah, because
anything,
you would just...
I would not take them 2 days before. So I would have to have, which sucked because then you go in to do UA and they're like, why
Yeah.
isn't this in your system?
You're like,
And you're like,
I'll throw up.
Because
in
if
the
I took it,
car.
I would puke.
Yeah.
I can't travel with
Yeah.
extended relief meds in my system.
No.
We went to Black Hawk a couple weekends ago.
Mhm.
I think it was my first week, right?
Yeah,
First
yeah.
week or second week?
Second.
Second,
Because
yeah.
it would have been like day 2 of you ever being on the patch.
Oh, God. Boo.
Yeah.
And I had to drive with my head between my knees like the whole time.
Ugh.
I was doing this for most of it.
Because
like-
I was like, I'm going to throw up. This is so awful.
well, and it was
and
cold
my
outside, so I
eyes
needed the
hurt
heat. But
and
when I have
everything
hot
is hor-
blowing in my face and I'm in
Yeah.
a car,
Ugh. Well, then I always feel like I'm smothering. I can't breathe hot air.
yeah,
I can't do it. My
And if I'm
lungs
not
shut
sweating,
down,
I'm not comfy.
ditto.
which is so weird.
Yeah.
I
But it
don't
has to
get
be, like,
that.
the
If
right
I'm
level of
sweating,
sweating.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm going to die, and I need all of these clothes off me right now. Which is why I hate winter, because they heat the buildings.
hmm
And I'm like, please,
You can't
God,
escape it.
stop.
Well,
It's like
and
75 inside.
and like your office is no window in the middle of the building room,
Yeah.
Mhm.
so you're surrounded. There's no escape. It's not like a wall you could go lean on that's
Yeah.
cold or
No, I leave the building and I come back and I'm like, okay, but that, and that's what they always tell me to do. They're like, oh, you get hot? Just go stand outside for a minute. And I'm like, that's great. Until I come back into the building
it's
and it
hotter.
happens immediately again.
right. Well, you have the temperature change.
Ugh.
Mhm.
Pots is stupid.
Very.
Sorry.
Yeah. You stood up, you're gonna die. You sat down,
You're gonna
also
die.
gonna die. You're too hot,
Everybody's
gonna
My
die.
favorite
dead.
is laying down and then dying.
Yeah.
like
When you lay down and you feel the entire world just starts slipping away and you're
Yeah.
just like,
Ew.
no.
yep.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
I would rather faint upright
Yeah.
in a chair.
Yeah. I got really good at like grabbing doorways or like grabbing just chunks of wall and then just stiff arming it and
I just
coming
crouch.
to.
Yeah.
I had a code word for my husband, which was just uh-oh,
Yeah.
and then I would hit the
Damn.
floor.
See, I can't do that because my knees are too messed up.
Oh,
Mhm.
that's fair.
If I go from,
Yeah.
especially if I go quickly from standing to squatting,
Mm.
Yeah.
then they slide out really easy. It's like when I kneel down on them
and
and
then
I
you
get that
can't
same.
get back up.
Right. Then I'm blacked out and in a ton of pain when I come to, like, because I'm on
Right.
the floor and my legs are stuck.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's when you need the like arm under. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I still remember when the first time that happened to me and I had to call you and be like, Chris, what the hell do I do? Help me.
How do I fix knees?
Now imagine doing that on a boat, because it used to happen to me all the time on the
God.
scows, where like I'd be doing gym and I would be
Yeah.
kneeling and then it would get
Just
stuck,
go under
and they're like, "All right, come to the high side to
Tacking. And you're
to
like,
hike,"
"Oh
and I'm
my
like,
God, I can't move."
"Force it," and then yeah,
"Oh, no
Yeah.
thanks.
Yeah.
That's awful.
because I didn't know it was a thing. I was like, "Oh, this is a normal thing everyone goes through."
We
Just the
thought
knee-
that.
knee
We
jams.
did. We thought we were normal but bad at it.
Yeah.
So for you, it's mostly like manage nerve pain right now,
Mhm.
which I think was first step for
All
all of
for
us,
both of us, yeah.
which makes sense because we're all kind of on the same track.
Because especially for me, the first thing I realized was how much pain I was in by taking the gabapentin.
Yes,
Because then,
because
like,
it clears up the static.
yeah, there's no static, and then
Yeah.
it's very clear what hurts.
Yep.
And what causes the hurt.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No,
Yeah,
exactly.
that was the greatest part of the SSRI was
Mhm.
having that moment of clarity. We were just like, oh my god.
Except for all
Not
the
everything
baggage that
hurts
came
all
with
the time.
those,
Yeah.
alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then I guess we're at where I am now,
Yeah.
right? Like, okay, so we kind of did the gabapentin route, and I don't think I could live without Lyrica. I would just die.
Mhm.
That would be how that would go.
Why did you switch from gabapentin to Lyrica?
Coverage. It's just what they were like, we have access to this. Do you want it?
Yeah.
And I was like, sure.
Gotcha.
I went
So-
from Lyrica to gabapentin.
Yeah.
Because I was on Gabby and then I went
You
to
didn't
Lyrica.
go well with
Lyrica gave me weird like visual light hallucinations, like
Yeah.
weird flashing, strobing action,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and just wasn't great. The gabapentin's wonderful. So
Yeah. Oh, I loved gabapentin, and I'm like I said, like I don't do bad with
No.
switching meds. I do just fine.
Yeah.
So the 100 is fine 3 times a day, and that helps a ton. Then I did the like working out route, and then I did the scans. That was the big
Yep.
one, was like, this shoulder is garbage and I need somebody to do something because I'm going to cut it off. And then from there, that's when things kind of settled in and I was able to be like, I could start tackling stuff.
Yeah, that's when surgeries were planned and
Yeah.
you were working on like, what was it? You've done like you added therapy to the mix, like
Yeah.
And then there was something else that you were doing at the very beginning. I remember that was like really helpful, but I can't remember what. Like before pain meds were like a thing. You went from gabapentin onto gabapentin to.
I was just
something.
on a ton of gabapentin.
Well, yeah,
Like
you were on a
ton
heavy
of
dose.
gabapentin. And then they had me on a few different things
Yeah.
that we bounced in and out of because they weren't making a difference. They had me taking, it was like 3,600 milligrams of Tylenol
Oh, that's what it was.
3 times a day or something
Yes.
like that. It was absolutely insane.
And well, and then didn't they up it or add it? No, someone told you to do like take on like on top of it. You could take the over the counter. I remember this very specifically because you were on a ton. They didn't realize you were on a ton.
Yeah.
They're like, have you tried Tylenol? Maybe
Oh, yeah.
add that to the
that
mix.
was before they put me on Tylenol just like as a prescribed
Right.
one. Yeah. Which was dumb because all it did was cover up fevers.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll just walk around with COVID because I don't know. I don't feel bad. I have no fever. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
COVID. It was COVID. And then from there it turned into kind of seeking out more help because I was going through the spasms and the like really, really bad muscle pain.
What about the
What was
the
before
head
that?
throwing back thing? The
Oh yeah, the retrocollis.
retrocollis was getting really bad
Yeah.
too, and then they put you on stuff for that.
Yes, so that's the carbamazepine,
Mm-hmm.
and that helps, I guess. I don't really know. I mean, it helped with the head stuff
Yeah.
because I wasn't like ticking all the time. So that helped a ton for that specific one, but then I was still having that like pinching and cramping, and then it was like pelvis pain constantly.
Mm-hmm.
And it still kind of is. Like, I'll have really bad bouts of pain in my, like, guts and into my pelvis. And so then they were like, go see, like, gyno. And I went and I saw them. And they were like, I don't know. You're flexed left. And I was like, I also don't know what that means.
Yeah.
And then I went to PT. And they were like, I don't know why you're here. And I was like, I don't know why I'm here either.
That's the same thing. That was my version of the back pain.
Yeah.
It was your intestines, it was your kidneys, it was something else, and it was like we caught the
Yeah.
tumor on my spine as an accident when we
Right.
were getting kidney images
Yeah.
after
'Cause I
the
was,
kidney
like, looking
biopsy,
at something else. Yeah.
and they're like, "Oh, there's a
Stupid.
black mass on your spine."
Right.
Huh? Weird.
How strange.
Maybe we should look at that.
What a scary find too.
But it's the same thing. We're like, try everything else until you get there.
Exactly. So they kept sending me back to PT, and PT kept going,
Why are you here?
why are you here? You work with a personal trainer. I have no clue how to help you. None of what you're describing means that you have like pelvic floor weakness or any
Mhm.
of that. Like, so nothing was fitting. And I was like, I guess this is how it is now. And I mean, it kind of still is. But at that point with the integrated pain services I was doing, it was 30 over 2 months.
Yeah.
Oh no, we started at 30 over 3 months,
Yeah,
Then
you
it
upped
was-
it.
30 over 2 months, and then it was 45 over 2 months.
Right.
And that's where we were currently when I discovered that I had no quality of life.
No, you had developed, like it progressed.
Yes. Well, and I had new symptoms
Yeah.
that were just like cropping up out of nowhere and still are. And the movement disorder is still
Mm-hmm.
in the who knows pile. So I don't
Right.
know.
See, and that's where it's different for us because they put you on long-term stuff before you were taking daily amounts.
Yes, which is just bizarre.
For
to
me, it was take all these meds. We'll try everything from
Yeah.
morphine to Dilaudid to Percocet to like
because it's
There's another one,
it's
but-
still only 3 doses or 30 doses
over
2
2 months. And I was doing multiple a day
Yeah,
before they were like, let's try a long term.
right. And then they were like, let's do Butrans because we totally believe
Well,
in it and everyone should
And
be on
imagine
Butrans.
from their point of view, though, like after you
I
talk
know,
to Jackie,
yeah.
and it's like most people just transition finally, and then
Yeah.
it works.
And I'm like, this is not worth
Wouldn't
it.
that be amazing if you're back, if like the quality of life went up,
Yeah.
and then there wasn't all this baggage?
right?
Mhm.
Because right
But
now,
no.
If you didn't get all those weird ass symptoms out of buttfuck nowhere.
right? Because right now it's like the symptoms, like the side effects. I'm weighing that against like just the baseline of pain being
Yeah.
kind of raised, so
Mhm.
that now, like you said, it kind of dissipates some of the static in the background. But it makes me feel so sick all the time.
It's
I get Wednesday and Thursday where I feel like a normal person.
well, and who's to say that it's not that those 2 days are the 2 days where you're not getting anything out of it?
Right.
Like maybe
Who knows?
you're going through it so quickly that it's nothing. Because I know when you
Yeah.
put on the new one, you feel it like an hour later.
Yeah.
It hits you hard,
Oh yeah.
and not like you're.
Oh yeah.
It's not like a gentle decline to up. It's like you had nothing to something,
Yeah. It's like I get smacked in the face with it.
which is
all
the same
over
thing that
again.
happened to me. But
Yeah.
like,
So that's where I'm at in my journey of pain medication.
quiet.
The children's.
Exuberant, happy kids.
How dare they
I know.
take your happy energy elsewhere?
We're doing an angry blog.
This is Depressionville. Wah.
Ooh,
But yeah, that's where I'm
Wow.
at. But you've moved quite a bit more.
Yeah, weird journey too.
Yeah.
Like because it doesn't follow the like recommended guidelines, because the guidelines have changed like 4 or 5 times since I started.
Exactly.
So like I started on just stuff for my shoulder for sleep.
Yeah.
So it was like 1 every day for a night. Like before you go to bed, take 1.
Yeah.
And then it was take 2 throughout the night. So like 1 and then a second one.
When you wake up.
And then we did that for a long
Inevitably.
time. Like that was good
Yeah.
because I was able to sleep until the shoulders got to where I couldn't move, like lift anymore.
Right.
Like I couldn't hold the kids, and they were little. We're talking like
yeah.
toddler Rory and like 4-year-old Sophie,
Uh-huh.
and it was just ridiculous. So that's when I went in and I talked to Mom, and she's like, "Well, I see this new person over at Head to Toe." I was like, "Okay, let's try that out." First thing they did was look at my shoulders and say, "Let's do an image. Have they done images?" It's like,
No.
no.
Were they supposed to?
And I was like, "I've seen 8 doctors over the last 10 years, and none of them decided we even should look at that."
Mhm.
Yep.
So they did images, and then from there it was just trying to find the right balance of meds. It
Right.
was always find what would work throughout to keep you going throughout the day and night, but
Yeah.
then it always had baggage. Because that, like I said, that's when we started doing the Butrans, the fentanyl patches, the extended relief, everything, and I would have to try each for like 6 weeks,
No.
except for the ones that put me in the hospital,
Right.
which were the patches.
Yeah.
Because my body was like, okay,
Let's absorb all of this right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's how we process medication.
Mhm.
Just in general is like all of it all at once or not at all.
hmm
And that's like anesthesia is the same way. The same way. And that's
Yeah.
why we are hard to numb and we're hard to keep asleep.
Yeah, well, and it's good to tell your anesthesiologist that like you fight it.
Yeah.
Not on purpose, but your
No,
body
but
will
your
fight
body
it.
fights it.
Yeah.
You know, I remember when I had my hand rebuilt.
Yeah.
I told them I was just like, I'm notoriously unnumbable. I'm likely to wake up in the middle of the surgery.
Yep.
Mhm.
Just crank it 2 ticks past where you would normally
Yeah.
set it. And he
Yeah.
was like, okay.
Good to know.
And I woke up way too high.
Oh
Me
god, I hate
too.
that. Well, that's the solution,
Uh.
right? If you want to stay asleep all the time, or if you want to
gotta
be,
overdo it.
yeah,
Yeah.
you have to overdo it.
But we're bad at waking up anyway.
Yeah.
Because we're like, I would like to go home now. And they're like,
Yep.
are you sober? And
Do you
I'm
do
like,
that, Bug?
I will act sober.
Like
No.
the first instinct is to get out of the hospital.
Oh yeah, no, they brought a wheelchair and I immediately started doing wheelies down the hallway to
Yeah.
go check out. And they're just like, no,
Yeah.
please stop.
Post back surgery, the PTs that come in to like make sure you can still move.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We're like, let's put you on a walker
Let's
and see if
just
we
do
can get a step.
softly and-
And then later that day, I was walking around the entire building, like the
Well, it's
floor.
'cause
So like,
like,
I want out.
Other
Let me out.
people don't. Other people are so afraid of the pain that they don't want to like
Mhm.
do it. And we're like, no, I don't.
We made
care.
a change. Let me go live with it.
Right.
Let me see how this sits.
Especially
Exactly.
because surgery. I don't know if you've ever had this experience. When you've had surgery, the whole focus of your brain goes to that surgical site, and everything else shuts up.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
it's amazing.
Yeah. So the recovery period is, surgery pain,
Yeah.
and then
that's it.
nothing else
It's
really
so
is a part of it.
nice. It's so nice. Was that a doorbell?
I think so.
It was a very slow doorbell.
Will someone check it? If I get up, I'm gonna have a hell of a
Yes.
time.
That
My
might
knees.
be mine.
Oh,
Did you order a thing?
a star maybe.
Okay, you do that. I'm gonna blow my nose. Because I can't breathe all of a sudden. Because it's
Oh yeah, it's X.
random cold symptom time. Can't breathe. Gonna die. It's a Kaylee. It is a Kaylee.
Oh, Kaylee. Yeah, make X's. Hi, Kaylee. We're recording.
Should we wrap up
Well, and
this
it
half?
looks less spacious too because we're shooting this way. Normally we do that
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should do like a sign and then we'll come back
Yeah.
after break kind of thing.
Sweet.
Yeah. Well, that's your chair, by the way. So like, because we normally sit there, I was like, if Kaylee comes over, she has to be like co-captain.
There you go.
Quickly delete everything.
No.
Control Alt Delete.
No. Where were we? We were talking about surgery pain being like the overarching
Yeah,
pain, right?
what we focus on.
Which is great. I love it. But it also means that we're not afraid to engage after surgery.
No, we've
we
never
heal
been put
better,
off by it. It's always like,
usually.
let's do it. Is there a chance it'll work?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Exactly. I'm like, you want to cut me open? Okay. What
The
are we
risk
doing
is
today?
you could live with pain for the rest of your life. Already
Already
do.
there.
That's-
Well, even when they were doing back
Unusual.
surgery and he was like trying to present the dangers of back surgery,
Oh yeah.
he's like, we could get an infection. There's like a 10% chance that you can't move your lower half. You'll lose feeling. And I was like, bet.
Yes.
I'm in.
Only 10%? I'm so down.
Like, I got this.
I remember you talking about it too, because you were like, I don't care. If I'm paralyzed, at least I can't feel it. It's fine.
Right?
You're
Yeah.
like, that's a whole half I don't have to worry about.
Exactly.
50% of the pain instantaneously. Swish, gone. Call
Yes.
that
Yeah.
call it good there.
Exactly. All right. I think it's time for a break.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right, my friends. Hopefully you know what to do, but in case you have forgotten, we will tell you once more. Make sure that you have a snack
Why?
because you are a snack.
It's true.
Hydrate or dihydrate.
Take your meds.
Do that. You now stop it. Don't snooze it anymore. Take your meds. Okay? Do
We will
that.
turn this podcast around.
I know where you live. I don't actually. I know where he lives, and that's who I'm talking to in the future.
Oh, yeah.
so
Yeah. So you're threatening me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Take your
guy.
meds, Chris. Jeez.
But what's funny is I'm probably going to edit this afterwards and they'll be like, I can't. It's not bedtime yet.
No bedtime.
It's not bedtime.
Anything else?
I don't know. Do something nice for yourself.
Yeah.
Go outside.
Cozy socks
Oh, yeah.
Touch grass.
Well, and if it's snowing,
or snow. Go touch
find a
some
warm
snow.
vent and something fluffy.
Yes.
Mhm.
Warm vent. Steal it from your cat.
There's
They-
this really nice square pillow at Home Goods. It's like threaded rope and it's
Yeah.
massive. They're really nice.
Yeah. I
I've been
want
finding
one.
them everywhere now after you showed it to
I
me.
want one. Where have you found them?
Home Goods.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't think I've ever entered a Home Goods.
It's a wild ride.
Okay.
And last thing, if you're bipolar, which half of you are,
Yeah,
It seems
bipolar
like-
bears.
you need to check in. Are you manic? Are you not manic? Enjoy it either way.
You feeling low and you're not sure why.
Yeah. It's not, it could just be
Maybe.
being bipolar.
Yeah.
Who knows? Just check in. Get to know yourself
The
better.
world's not ending. It's okay. Not yet.
Yeah.
Anything
else?
Sweet.
No?
All right, my friends, we're going to go do some of those things and we will be right back.
Bye.
If you're looking to support the channel, our description has a support section that includes links to our Patreon and our merch site Teespring. We've recently updated it with some new designs, including a version of our full logo, which you all have been requesting. You can find those at fantastic-pains.creator-spring.com. We love all the pictures that get shared with your Fantastic Pains pride, so please keep sending them.
Welcome back. How was your break?
Did you do the things?
You should have.
At least one of them.
Take your meds.
Drink water.
I did. I took my meds.
I did none of it.
She took them on a magic carpet ride. She's like, I can show you the world.
And then eat you.
I'm like writing lyrics for like going through your digestive tract, so we should probably move on.
Oh no! Why would you share that with me? I'm upset now.
Shining shimmer. Nope.
See?
Intestines. Oh, this was. Ooh.
Yeah, so in this half, we wanted to talk about like the pros and cons, I guess.
Yeah.
Like kind of the process we went through to get to where we are and what might be holding you up from it.
Yeah.
Kind of assuage fears that you might have.
Right, and shame.
Right.
Because there is that aspect of, well, there's a couple aspects of not wanting to use medication.
Mm-hmm.
It can feel like a defeat, for one thing. Like if you need this medication, then you are broken, and without that medication, you are not whole, which is not true. Medications are tools, and they are there for a reason, and they are there to give you better quality of life and better functionality.
Yeah.
So I know that, like, I went through it for a while, where even using the word like disabled or disability.
Oh yeah, I know.
Partly I didn't feel like I had a right to it, and partly it was like a label that I thought was gonna like haunt me.
Right.
Right.
No, I got that.
Yeah.
If you go back to like the labels episode, that you can hear it in our discussion, like where he's like, it's a tool.
Yeah.
And then you were like, oh, I get that now.
Yeah.
Ah.
So it was like before, because labels were a threat. Labels were something that other people put on you.
Right. As punishment. It wasn't
exactly.
like a nice thing.
Yes. Yeah. But I don't know, Bug, what was your journey with medication like, just in general?
It started off as I don't want to take this because I don't want it to be my whole defining factor. I don't want the fear of like what happens when my script runs out, or what happens when my doctor leaves this practice or moves out of network and then I can't re-get it. So if I just don't take it now, then I won't have to worry about not having it later.
Yeah, they can't hurt me if I don't participate.
Yeah.
I can't be let down by nothing. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, and it also was a lot of trying to find the right one, even though I absolutely suck at that. But you're not going to get it right the first time every time.
Yeah.
And it's okay to be like, this medication doesn't work. Let's try something else.
Yes.
Just because one of them didn't work for the one specific thing you were hoping for doesn't mean that others won't.
Oh yeah, and on that note, like don't stick around with a doctor that's gonna not let you do that.
Right.
If you're like, this isn't working because of these reasons, and they're like, well, this is what you got.
Yeah.
Then you're not working as a team, and that's not. You can't work with that person.
That's what I was gonna add too. Was that you have the right to say those things. You have the right to be like, this isn't working and I want to try something new, because it's not something that's being forced on you. And if it feels that way, definitely leave that practice and find somebody new. But you want to form a relationship and a rapport and a partnership with your providers so that you can have those conversations.
Do you think you could do that now though? Like with your current team, that you could present something and they'll listen to you and not just be like, well, nah.
Yeah, if I go and I see Dr. Wright and I say like, this is where I'm at. I know you haven't seen me in a long time, but like, this is where I'm at. This is what I need. This is what I've tried. This is where I want to get to. What are the steps that you recommend taking?
Right, exactly.
They'll probably be like, all right, well, I'm going to start you on this, and then we'll have this as backup in case that doesn't work, and we're going to get you in this program with this follow-up.
Yeah. Well, and you said the magic words that we should hit on, the steps to get to.
Yes.
It's not just, I want the solution now, or like, I want that pain med and you're going to give it to me. It's like, what do I need to do to work towards this goal?
Right.
Because then you're working collaboratively. You're not just...
Yeah.
Well, and often it's like, can we try this? Is this something that's an option for me?
Yeah.
What would it look like to do this instead? And either your provider is going to be able to give you options and help you to kind of navigate that, or they're going to give you a referral to someone who can. Because oftentimes your primary can only prescribe so much medication for so many things.
Oh yeah, that's been my struggle between pain management clinics, is that like my primary care wasn't allowed to take care of me.
Yeah.
She did.
Yeah.
She did it despite the rules, and I appreciate the hell out of that. But like I understood. I didn't think she would be able to help, which is why I didn't go straight to her right away.
Right.
Like, well, I don't have a clinic anymore. Now you have to take care of me. It was like, oh, I don't have a clinic anymore. I guess I just have to find a new one someday.
Yeah. Right.
But I could have gone to her.
Yeah.
Because that's part of the team.
Yes. Well, and that's exactly it. Is like you are a valuable member of your team.
Mhm.
I think a lot of
You
people
are
forget
the
that
head.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
They
are
feel
the
like they're
head
at
of
the
your care
mercy.
team.
Yeah.
You provide all of the feedback and all of the results for what the care
Right.
team is doing. And if it's not working for you, stop doing it.
Yes. Yeah. And have a conversation, because the thing is we often forget that trying one medication is not trying every medication. And if one doesn't work for you, you can always come back and be like, let's try something
Mhm.
different. And they're going to have options for you, or they're going to have different routes to take or different
Yep.
people to see. It's not a blanket no.
Right. Right. Well, and that's something we've all dealt with.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like Bug and I are sensitive to meds, so it's like if something
Yeah.
doesn't work, we have to let them know, because
Mhm.
otherwise we'll sit through it because we're dumb.
Yeah, I had an allergic reaction to my SSRI where I started developing rashes
Yep.
on all of my lymph nodes, and I was just like, "This is a
Oof.
problem." And
Yeah.
they were like, "Stop,
That same
stop right now."
same
Yeah.
exact thing. So
Don't
like Jen
do it.
looked at me and was like, "You're red and swollen." It's like, "Yeah, it's probably from the patch.
Mhm.
We should have that looked at." And it's like, probably not.
It's fine. I'm not
Then
dying
she called the nurse hotline.
immediately.
And they're like, "Why aren't you going?"
You
Why?
should be halfway there by now.
Right? You're halfway to dead.
Mhm.
But yeah, like
Mhm.
it's okay to try things, and I guess it's scary too when like you let down your guard enough to be like, I want to try something,
Yes.
and then it doesn't work for you,
right.
and then just to be like, oh well, then nothing will work for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And being well educated on what you're putting in your body
Oh,
is
very.
important to a point.
Yes.
But if you Dr. Google yourself into a
Ugh.
corner where you're like, I'm so scared to take
Anxiety is
anything and
horrible.
everything
Yeah.
that I
Yeah.
would rather live with the pain, you're doing yourself a disservice.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
We see.
Oh,
That's why we
100%.
started the Discord
Yeah.
and stuff, because we kept going to Facebook groups and they'd be like, my doctor suggested I try this,
And
and
it
the
was
page would just be
fear-mongering.
full of people who are like,
Yeah.
never ever take that medication.
It was just fear mongering.
Yeah.
There was so much fear mongering around gabapentin,
Mhm.
which was just unbelievable to me in the first place.
Yeah.
Where they were like, it kills your nerves. And you're like, maybe you're taking it because your nerves are already messed up. I don't know.
Yeah.
And you're just progressing with your illness. I don't know.
Well,
You're like, when I got off of it, all my nerves hurt.
it makes sense because like if you have a good experience with a med and you see a
Yeah.
post, you're gonna be like, oh okay, it's like you
Right,
don't
you
you don't
don't
think that you have to
Give
defend
that
it.
feedback. Yeah.
You're like, oh, I had a good experience. That's fine.
Right.
The people that didn't are the only ones who are like, don't you ever do it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing is like everybody's body is different.
Oh yeah.
We are all different. We are very all like similar in a lot of ways, but we also process medication totally differently
Mhm.
from one another.
Like it
Which is
sits
why,
in
like-
me for a really long time, or I
Yeah.
have an immediate bad reaction.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm with Bug.
Yeah.
Bug gets it.
Mhm.
But
You
you-
don't get it.
No.
You don't
guys-
understand us.
You guys are much more sensitive to medication than I am.
Oh, totally.
By far. 'Cause my body is like, side effects? What are those? I've never seen them before. I don't know.
Imagine it like
Your body reads the instruction manual. Ours is just like, I can build this.
I'll figure
like
it
imagine
out.
like you come home like imagine your body is your mother and you're like you're bringing this shit and you're like, look, I got you this.
She's
And like,
"I'll
what's
put it
that
on
there on the
fridge."
floor? Well, it comes with it. Don't worry about that. I got you this though. But what about that? I can plainly see that other shit, and we're
No,
just
you
like,
can't.
whatever.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
whatever.
No, there's nothing
Let's
there.
put it all in.
Oh.
Even like changing doses
Oh yeah.
doesn't bother me as much, except for the carbamazepine where I had that really bad reaction where I went blind for a little while.
Oh.
I didn't go blind, but like I couldn't see. The world was spinning so hard.
For like days.
Yeah, like I could not see. It was horrendous.
She couldn't not see.
I couldn't not see.
It was great.
Couldn't
It was
not
bad.
see, huh?
She
No
tried.
Nazi.
The fact that she's trying to not see is kind of a,
Sure.
but it's fine. It's fine. I don't judge. Live your life.
I would like to see.
Good.
Sea to shining sea.
Yeah. Yes. No. No.
But yeah, like we're saying it. I think the best place. This is gonna sound like such a bad chill, but the best place to talk to people is like in our Discord,
Yeah.
because even people with high opinions will never say, "This is the thing."
Right.
Don't look into it. Like I'm
Right.
telling you fact.
Yes.
Like they're always like, "Well, for me, it was like this."
Yeah.
Or I've had a friend that had this reaction.
right.
So
Or
maybe look
do
out
some
for it.
research
Mhm.
on blah blah blah.
Right.
But keep an eye out for blah blah blah.
There's none of
Yeah.
that. Like there's a black and white answer
Yes.
here.
Which I really appreciate, because we always say like we're not morticians. Don't take our word to be like advice
We're not.
in a lot of ways. What we do say is like have conversations. Have conversations with people who may process things differently or may see things differently or have experienced things that you haven't, because like Ruth is such a rich source of information for so many things that I would never have had answers for before.
Oh no. I mean, we've had conversations on the stream and then Ruth will say, have you thought of it from this point of view?
Right.
Have you thought of it because of this? And I'm like, oh my God, that makes so much sense.
Right. Exactly.
Like,
so it's more like a collaborative like library of knowledge,
right,
rather than nobody's ever going to tell you what the correct answer is, because I don't think there is a correct answer.
Except when
for
it comes
everybody.
to chocolate milk, we have a weird divide where people are now imposing that there is
there's a better
definite king of chocolate milk.
Is it the strawberry?
No, that would be strawberry milk. Good try though. I appreciate the effort. You're following along. I get it.
Is that the red one?
no. Who was it? Someone was saying that they disagree because they had a way better
there's a
chocolate
better
milk.
one, but I don't remember what it is.
Whatever.
It might
Yeti
have
started
been
a
like
war.
Crystal. I'm
and
not sure.
somebody's like, I know a better one. And
Yeah, I don't know.
that's the only time we're gonna have a problem. So just don't talk about chalky milk, and you're good to go.
But yeah, no, be open to doing new and different things, even
Yeah.
if you are not sure or if you're reluctant. You can even express your reluctance
I was about
and
to
then
say.
still follow through, because that's part of that rapport between you and your doctors.
If like, especially if you're doing like a surgery, this is just a really good example. Surgeries in general, because
Yeah.
people are often really worried about them.
Yes.
It's okay to be like, well, won't this happen, or do I have to worry about this or this?
Yeah.
And then to keep moving forward, but then they'll come back to you, and I don't know. It's just collaborative.
Yes.
It should never
Yeah.
just be a sit there and let everyone do things to you.
Yes. Because if you're not involved or, God forbid, like uneducated about your own care, you don't know if you're getting good care.
Yeah.
You don't know if you're getting appropriate care.
The real world does not work like house.
Yeah.
There's
Nobody's
not a
going to
bunch
sit
of
there and try to
rich
figure out what's
assholes
wrong with
sitting
you.
in a room deciding what to do to you.
You- that sounds like the government.
Yeah.
There is, actually.
That's a different thing.
That's
It's
the
not-
government.
I'm sorry. A bunch of rich dudes sitting in a room making decisions for you. Like, I can think of something.
But
Congress?
nobody's going to dig further than they think they have to. So you
Mhm.
ultimately have to be the lead in your care,
Yeah.
but let them bring their expertise to the table.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's the
Because-
This is my problem. This
Yeah.
is where I want to be.
Yes.
What's the first step I should
Yeah.
take to get there?
Well, and I can
And
talk a
then-
little bit about like how I approached the like lack of quality of life.
Oh yeah,
that I
that's a
have.
great example.
So I'm doing okay pain wise before this, but because the background pain is so much and there's so much varied guck going on, even if I'm not consciously aware of it, it's still taking a toll on my body and my mind. And so I realized that coming home from work and then disappearing into the void is not a quality of life.
No, that's not. It wasn't. It's like that's not a. You can't live like that.
No. And I had been for years.
Right. That's
for
not.
years.
That's not a can continue.
right.
That's
It's
maybe
not
like
viable.
once in a while I do this thing.
Yes.
But not every day.
Right. And so emailing my doctor was very much this like, here's my problem. Here's what I've learned about it. Here's how I discovered it by taking a med midday. I would like to see if there's an option for this to improve.
Mm-hmm.
Because you never want to go in and be like, fix it. Because
Yeah. No.
if you have chronic illness, it's chronic
Well-
for a reason.
Well, and not only that,
Nobody's
if you
gonna
come in with
fix
that
it.
attitude, and
You're gonna be
they're going to be like,
disappointed.
no.
Yeah.
We don't do that.
I can't fix you. I can help stabilize your life.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, and you're going to be disappointed no matter
Mhm.
what. If you go in demanding perfect or expecting perfect,
Mhm. You will be let down.
you will be let down. And
Or
then
those-
you're going to be like, doctors don't take care of you. Meh.
Or those perfect solutions are extremely temporary.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
God. Yeah.
Oh,
Where
yeah.
it's just like, oh wow, I'm 100% better, and then
For a few
whatever
weeks.
X wears off, and then
Yeah.
Yeah.
or it stops affecting you the same way, and then your golden
Like
ticket is out the
injections.
window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think that the precursor to you being able to ask for more meds and addressing your quality of life has kind of started when you asked for accommodations and
Yes.
noticed the difference that
Yeah.
that 30 minutes made?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Like that you could
Well,
have
it
a better
was-
quality of life?
It was kind of this turn in my life instead of kind of expecting things to be terrible and then accepting things being terrible.
Yeah.
And then blaming myself because I couldn't keep up. it was more a matter of like, okay, no, we can't keep up, and here are the reasons, and it's unreasonable to try to ask myself to do that. And I'm doing more harm than good, and I'm not living in a way that is happy and healthy for me. And then when I kind of hit that corner of the accommodations, I realized that I had more voice than I had been giving myself.
Yeah.
And that was really that turning point where I was like, no, I would like to have more. I would like to leave just surviving.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to live a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the accommodations conversation had a big role to play in that, and realizing that like, no, I had the power to request that, and I had the right to request that. Because I don't know, for us, there's that like trauma piece where we're like, no, we just accept that it's bad and hard.
Yeah. All the time.
Yeah. And then we feel like we don't have a right to request better.
Yeah. That was always been my struggle with like talking to my pain management team about anything. Because it's like, you're already writing me something that you don't necessarily want to write for me. I mean, you're here for it, but I know that like with the crisis and everything, you don't want to add to it. So it's like, how do I approach this?
Right. Because you feel like you're going to be in like trouble with your parents or something.
No joke. Like before, I was at one of the other clinics, not any of the good two.
Yeah.
I was like, so I'm not sleeping a lot.
Yeah.
And there was something else that was going on, and I was like, so is it possible that we could move up a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
She was like, no.
Yeah.
Actually, we're gonna cut back.
Yeah.
I was like, oh okay.
Mm-hmm.
Your request for more is clearly a sign that you've had too much.
I got punished for it. It's like, I didn't mean to rock the boat.
Denied. You've now been revoked from all medical privileges.
Exactly. And we're gonna write to everyone in the state so that they know.
Legit concern that I had.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Legit.
Yeah.
Like,
because what do we know about the medical system until we start to like interact with it?
mm-hmm.
And you have some of the power kind of way.
Right. That's like when we did the open letter and stuff. Or not the open letter, but like get your medical records. Know what's on your medical records, because people can put whatever they want on them.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Any nurse that you interact with has access to just type up a person was belligerent asking for blank.
Yeah.
And then
Clearly
it lives on there
med-seeking.
forever.
Yep.
Yeah. Or like things like over medicated.
Yep.
That takes forever to get off of your medical record.
Marianne, you're the best.
Or anxiety. That's another good one.
So yeah, you don't need to tell everybody everything going on with your meds every time you go to the doctor, because some people are not going to understand your scenario.
Yeah.
And they'll just be like, this person's on way too much. We should be
right.
Blah, 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 blah.
Or like risk for what do they call it? Risk for misuse?
Dependence?
Or something? No. It's the like risk of abuse or something like
that.
that.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Like,
not that you've ever done anything wrong, but they're like, they're at risk for misusing their medication.
Yeah.
You're like,
you're 17 and have a sports car. You're going to speed. It's like, not necessarily.
Right. Well, and that was the first like 6 years of it was building up this like reputation of I've gone 6 years on really heavy meds and I'm not abusing them.
Right.
Like you can trust me to have some say in this because I'm not just trying to get more out of you.
Right. Especially when you're denying things like fentanyl.
Yeah.
You're like, if I wanted to get high.
That's my favorite.
I had the means.
Like if you think I'm abusing them, why did I go off of the thing that everyone's after?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, let's get you the thing that kills people. It'll be fun, yeah?
Like, no, thank you.
Yeah. Absolutely
I'll pass.
not. Thanks so much.
Didn't you have to get Narcan at one point?
At the so when I was septic, they thought I was overdosing.
Yep.
Not that I had a blood infection and pneumonia,
a fever,
and I couldn't stay awake, so I was like nodding off. So they were like, "Oh, clearly he's overdosing."
Definitely not
on
a brain
Suboxone.
infection.
Yeah,
I was overdosing on Suboxone under my the one you put under your tongue, and it lasts all day or whatever.
Yeah.
No. And then they Narcan me, and they were running like, oh, ha, ha, ha. And Jen was sitting there angry. Jen was pissed. I remember I came to at one point, and I looked around the room, and I looked at her, and she was fuming. And I was like, oh. And I blacked out again. And then I came to the next time.
You're mad.
And she just looked fucking happy. Like, she's like, aha, got you. Because they did. They Narcaned me, and then they waited 30 minutes, and things got worse.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Even though I'm on Suboxone, which actually negates other opiates. Like...
Yep.
What? They're just so jaded.
You're having an opiate overdose on an opiate canceling.
Blocker.
Yeah.
What?
Me. I'm special. But yeah, they
everyone's different.
did.
Which was just not impressive. I was so mad.
Yeah.
So mad. When Jen told me, I was livid. I was like, are you kidding me?
Mhm.
They wasted precious golden time
Yeah.
to Narcan you.
For 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Right. Because people who are overdosing run fevers.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Totally.
Sure.
And they definitely can't. Whatever. It was very obvious that it was sepsis.
Yeah.
In hindsight,
Yeah.
but you know.
No, they
okay.
were terrible. But yeah, I don't know. I think the real thing here is like you do have to play ball to a
Mhm.
certain extent.
Yeah.
But you also have the power to say no.
Exactly.
But playing ball to a certain extent when it's mostly harmless helps to build that rapport and build your like you said, the reputation
Mhm.
of being cooperative and being responsible and responsive and working to have reasonable goals.
Right.
And that in turn gives you more room to ask for the things that you need.
Yeah. Well, I mean, your patches are like great example. You could have
Right.
been like, no, my family has bad reactions to
Yeah.
patches, and just said
I
no.
was like, no, I'm gonna try it.
But
I'm
then-
nervous, but I will try it.
Then that's like in their mind that you refuse to try other things.
Yes.
And then like there's
They're
no
like,
way they're
oh,
gonna take
no,
care of you
she's already
otherwise.
addicted.
Right.
Ugh,
No,
to
you,
her
you put it on. You've
every
tried
other
it for
day
3 weeks.
medication.
It sucks.
Yeah.
And you're gonna write it out to the end.
Yeah.
But there's a point to it.
How long
Yeah.
do you have left?
This is patch 3 out of 4. And then I don't know what I'm gonna do because there's a week in between
Maybe call them and
when I
find out.
see.
Or they just want you to use your meds, I guess.
Maybe. I don't know though, because is it gonna suck to come off of it entirely?
Probably.
Yeah, because there's no
I don't
really
wanna
weaning
do
off of
that.
it.
Yeah. So maybe I'll just refill it and then we'll talk to them and see what we need to do.
Well, how do you feel
Email them
when?
now. Like
Yeah.
get ahead of it. Email them now and let them know that you're
Okay.
not sure about continuing because of these things, and
Well, I'll
you don't
just
want
tell
to
them
cold
that like
turkey it.
what Jackie told me and
Yeah.
be like, Jackie said that this isn't super normal and that I should let you know.
Yeah.
So I'm letting you know. What do we do?
Yeah, because if you can have an answer before you have to refill, because I feel like if you refill, you're stuck with it for another month for sure,
Right.
even if it is bad reactions.
I'll just
I
probably
mean, I could
tell you to
always,
cut
like,
it into quarters and then do.
Discontinue it. You can't.
Yeah, no, they really don't want you doing that.
No.
It's tampered with at that point.
Right. Well, and then it doesn't
Oh.
seal
Yeah.
because the medication is only in the middle of the patch.
Oh.
So there's like a whole layer of just the tape part.
Mhm.
And then the little square, which may have
Yep.
disappeared.
Is there?
the
Nope,
medication
still there.
part. Yeah. So the little square is the medication part. I don't know. I'll ask them.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tamper with it because that sounds scary. I'm not going
Yeah.
Yeah.
to do that just.
Well,
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what they say.
but again, this is the whole point is that you're trying it.
Right.
This is one of those like it could be interpreted by other people as
Yeah.
a bigger deal too, because you
Right.
went from as needed to she needs the patch. Like,
Right. Well, and it's like the same thing with the low dose naltrexone.
Mhm.
Because they really, really wanted to put me on low dose naltrexone until we were like on the cusp. And I got to talk to my doctor and I ran her through like all of the stuff that had happened that month or whatever. I was like, yeah, I dislocated my hip. I fell down the stairs twice. I dislocated my wrist.
Yeah,
I
that was
hurt
when
my
you did the
back really
bag.
bad. I don't know what I did, but I injured myself getting out of bed. I did.
There was the door.
Yeah. Yeah. And she was like, Karina, that's not chronic pain. And I was like,
No shit.
yes,
What have I been saying for the last
Yes.
year and a half?
this is what I've been trying to tell you. And she goes, well, low dose naltrexone's not going to help with that. And I was like, okay. And she was like, yeah, let's not do that. And I was like, okay.
I'm glad she got to it before you were trying it.
Right. Because that was the thing was like, sometimes you have to say something over and over again and in multiple
In different ways.
Mhm.
before they're going to catch on to what you're actually trying to communicate.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's not that they're just being belligerent and not listening to you. Sometimes it's that they really don't understand because what you're saying is outside of what they're expecting.
Here's what I think happens to a lot of people, like doctors.
Yeah.
You say the first two things and they're instantly going through their head. They're going,
Yeah.
this connects to this way, and they're working down that tree. They're not listening to the rest of what you're saying.
Right.
They're like focused on the first two things. I'm like, okay, I got this. I know what this means
Yeah.
and then they, go down that tunnel and they're kind of stuck on it.
Yeah.
And
And
they're
then-
just doing the head nod and staring you
Uh-huh.
in the eyes, and they're
Yeah.
mentally disconnected,
Yeah,
following the
doing
rabbit
their
hole.
own
Exactly.
thing. Yes.
Mhm.
No, that makes sense.
And then, you present it a different way and they're like, but you said this last time. Like,
You're
no, I
like-
said this and that last time.
Oh, I didn't hear the next part. Yeah. But
Mhm.
being willing to try it
Mhm.
is like, it gives you the room to be like, let's lead Doctor to the actual correct responses.
And it's like,
eventually.
it's like, okay, so we called what was going to happen with UV trends, but we were like, it might work. There's a
Yeah.
chance that it's a good thing.
Right.
So it was worth trying.
Yeah. Well, and I think there's a lot of things that are like, it's worth trying.
Mhm.
It's worth trying. But I'm going to say this, though. Don't take the it's worth trying all the way to like voodoo meds of, like
Right.
take this special vitamin that costs a ton of money and
Oh,
is
yeah.
a subscription service.
The vitamins that'll fix your genetics.
Yes.
I've been told about them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Or like, it's just fish oil.
Oh,
You just need fish oil.
Don't
and
forget
it'll
the
be
time
all
I
better.
got
Oh, and
collagen
collagen.
implants?
Yeah.
The problem is that
Implants. That
Yeah,
our
was
my
gross.
collagen
Yeah.
just doesn't get formed correctly. So giving us more things to form trash doesn't
Yes.
help.
It's like, we don't have a recipe for cookies, and you just keep handing us more ingredients.
Yeah.
That's what's happening there.
It just doesn't. We do the wrong thing with it, and then it turns out
Yeah.
like trash.
Well,
my,
that's our
my
fault.
other favorite
Yeah.
one was, what was the other one? Oh, there was something else that was just like super stupid. I don't remember what it was. Dang it.
Lots of
But
things.
yeah, there's oh, the other one was stem cell therapy.
Oh yeah. Oh god, they
Don't
pushed
let
that
them
hard.
Yes. Oh my god. I went to
That just seems like overkill for.
I went to like a chiropractor to get trigger point injections, and they made me sit through like a 45-minute presentation and then argued with me, and they were like, but what if? But what
Like,
if? Wouldn't
It's like
it
talking
be
to a
worth
toddler.
it? Wouldn't it be worth it if? And I was like, no.
Did you ever have a dream
it
where
wouldn't.
you could just
Exactly.
You could, you would, you could, you do, you want,
do
want-
anything?
you could do, you you do,
And you're
you
like-
want him to do you so much. You could do anything. Do
No.
anything.
No.
Ever have a dream?
Don't let people take advantage of you. Be willing to work with your medical team, but don't let people who are out there like, if you hang this string of saffron across your chest at night, you'll be cured.
No, it's not saffron. Oh my god, you poor
Saffron
thing.
is so expensive. That's why I picked it.
Cobalt's
It
not
was myrrh.
radioactive.
You need myrrh.
Durr.
Some frankincense and myrrh,
Murder.
and Jesus will come and heal you in the night.
She totally missed the murder joke.
I got it.
No, she just wanted to finish her Jesus
No.
joke. She's always on about Jesus jokes
Murder.
and terrorism.
Stop. I don't remember what I was saying. I think it was because I was doing the I'm not good at this adult thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It's exactly
that's
what
what
you're
it was.
doing. But then she's like,
I
and then
got
I'm
the
gonna
whole squad with me.
yeah, and then I'm gonna
out there
blow
bombing the cities. Yeah.
bombing this. You're like, yeah, terrorism. It's like you can't just bring terrorism into our trailer for the channel.
We were slap happy. It's not my fault.
It was hilarious.
It was a disaster.
Glad to know I'm on a watch list.
Oh yeah, dude. If you've ever been associated with me,
We're brown.
I used
We're
to call my
already on
mama-
the
Yeah.
watch list.
back when Benny was still alive and they were like paranoid about the government,
Mhm.
I used to be like, bombs, capital city. Like now you're on a list. She did not appreciate that joke. I did.
That's okay. Dad will occasionally walk into our room and he'll just be like, "Okay, wiretap," and then it doesn't respond because that's not its keyword.
Right.
And then he gets upset and he's just like, "It doesn't work."
What?
I've
Oh,
got
the Alexa.
the Google Home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
okay.
she's like, "Okay, wiretap," and it just.
You can, right?
Yeah.
That's
I
funny.
think
You
the
should.
Alexa you can train it to respond to different things. I think the Google one you can't. I
Yeah,
know the
Google's-
Alexa, the most popular one is to just respond to computer.
Oh, that's funny. Okay.
So you can just Star Trek it and be like, computer.
Computer.
I would
Teleport
just
me
have it
5
programmed to
clicks
say,
that
I
way.
can't do that, Al. Just to anything I ask.
Do that.
Like, can you set an alarm? I can't do
What was the
that.
name of the dude from Smart House? Was that Al?
Oh.
It's an old ass movie.
Wow.
Oh, Smart House traumatized me a little bit.
No.
Exactly. I don't trust Randy. Like, my
Millennials are like,
husband-
we saw Smart House.
Yeah. My husband was like, we're going to Alexa the entire house. And I was like, Smart House, Smart House, Smart House. I hate this.
Don't give it access to the windows.
No.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Fucking Smart House.
Mhm.
The worst. Just the worst. Disney
The
was
worst.
weird
Oh dear.
Is
for a really long time. Yeah, it was like, oh, you made a mess.
Right?
It ate your dog because it thought it was trash. No, terrible. Don't like it. I think we need to call it.
That was pre-internet. Imagine if they had the internet to contend with too.
Sheesh.
Smart house, internet informed. No.
I've connected to the neighbors.
Bomb the neighbors?
I'm locking down everything.
Yeah, if you should call it.
All right, friends. Thank you so much for hanging out with us and going along with us in this little journey of ours.
If you're new to the channel, hi.
Hi.
Hello. Thank you so
We
much.
appreciate you. Welcome.
Hopefully you enjoy it.
And if you don't, tell us why in the comments.
Terrible.
Just terrible.
Terrible.
Comment terrible down below.
Exclamation mark, terrible, exclamation mark.
We get ya.
We feel it.
It's so funny. I just can't. Okay. Any last words?
No. I'm
Perfect.
good.
Mm-mm.
All right. Be kind to you. Be kind to others. And we will see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.
Terrible.
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 Best comment ever.
Terrible.
Terrible.